Hi everyone, I'm Izzy. I am from the UK. So thank you very much for having me to speak to you here today. British Jews in 2019 have quite a complicated existence. It's broadly safe to be Jewish in the UK. We have a thriving Jewish life. We're prevalent in many cities across the whole of the UK. We're 300,000, we're a community, 300,000 people strong, but that's only 0.5% of our population. It's safe to say that our existence is better than a lot of the experiences of Jewish communities across Europe. And what we're seeing in the rise of anti-Semitism across Europe has infested in the UK. But again, we stand in solidarity with our communities in and across Europe in the struggles that they're facing. But today I'll speak about some of my experiences as an outspoken Jewish woman, politically in the student movement, but also in the Labour Party, our official party of opposition, which at the moment has been infested and has been declared to be institutionally anti-Semitic. And anti-Semitic instances in the UK are at a record high. My experience growing up as a Jewish woman in the UK were broadly good. I lived in a Jewish community, kind of in a bit of a bubble, I think some people would say. But it wasn't until I got to university where I actually experienced the anti-Semitism that I had heard so much about. I went to university and it all changed. I was quite outspoken on my campus about being a Jewish woman and being proud about it. But constantly seeing, swastikas being daubed on our walls, stickers such as Hitler was right appearing on our campuses. And I went to Birmingham, which has one of the largest Jewish populations in the country, at the university campus. And seeing this made me feel like I can't sit by. I can't stand silent when this is happening. And so I decided to fight. When I saw this sticker on my campus, Hitler was right, in the center of the campus on the university library, the place for learning, development, and cooperation, this sticker, aimed to divide communities, tear people apart, absolutely broke me. I decided to take to Twitter, as one would do, to explain what had happened, to share to my humble followers what I was experiencing on campus. However, like Alberto said, this went viral. I was subject to a torrent of anti-Semitic abuse. Over 2,000 individual threats came to me in over 24 hours. I was put on a terrorist hit list because I was a Jew. I was offered emergency accommodation because I was a Jew by my university. And I had police protection because I was a Jew, because I was speaking out about anti-Semitism. But doing this and these experiences did not alter my faith and my belief that everyone has a right to walk around their campus free from hate, fear, and persecution. I decided, because of these experiences, to get involved nationally in the National Union of Students. Ended up fighting anti-Semitism that had plagued our movement day in, day out on its national executive and being elected as its vice president, of which I served until last year. But being a high-profile Jewish student was tough. The constant training, the threats, the social media abuse, the police protection, my degree suffering, and my experiences were exhausting. But the support that we had by the Community Security Trust, the Union of Jewish Students, and fellow Jewish students and March of the Living alumni really made me feel like we weren't alone in this fight. But anti-Semitism is a virus. And what I was experiencing was from the far right. It was from fascist groups, neo-Nazi terrorist groups. But this virus mutates. And as we know, anti-Semitism is unique how it manifests all across the political spectrum. And it breaks my heart to tell you that the Labour Party over the past 4 years, my party, the party that I've ascribed to, the party of the Jewish community historically, that we helped build, that we helped fight, the party of equality in our country, has been infected by anti-Semitism. It's absolutely heartbreaking for me. I remain a member. I remain to fight, to rid this anti-Semitism out of our movement, because they will not push me out. Anti-Semitism will not kick me out of the movement, however much the anti-Semites would like it. But there are people that have to leave. Luciana Berger, an absolutely inspirational member of parliament, felt pushed out by our movement, by the lack of support that she got. She suffered intolerable, insufferable, relentless abuse just for being a Jewish woman, and she had to leave our party, a phenomenal MP in and of her own right. But for a movement that claims to be progressive, there just hasn't been much progress. The Jewish Labour movement continued to fight. We continue to raise our concerns only for them to be ignored. The leader of our party, silent, complicit in this hatred that has infested our party, from the national level to the local level. Locally, we're seeing a few days ago, someone demanded that we march on a local synagogue in Brighton because one of their friends had been kicked out for antisemitism. In the UK, in 2019, people are demanding we march and hold Jewish people accountable for these actions. People comparing Israel to ISIS, commonplace. The ex-mayor of London, Ken Livingstone, compares Hitler as a Zionist. Pete Wilsman, a member of our national executive, claimed that a letter signed by 68 rabbis, an unprecedented event, he called them all Trump fanatics, despite their political opinions. It's a terrifying time to be a Jewish labour movement, but like I said, we continue to fight. We continue to say that enough is enough. We will not tolerate this in our party. The UK is my home. I'm proud to be British. Those who try and tell me otherwise, those who try and tear down my community and other minorities only fuel my passion and dedication to continue to fight for a more just and equal society. Together, I believe we will combat hate, and together we will lead the future and the way for the world that we wish to live in. Thank you very much.